My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And we're also giving away $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets, signs up with one of our 5 betting partners, and makes a deposit, will get $50 from us. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. And this is brought to you by EarnU.io. EarnU.io is the world's first sports and esports prediction game, allowing you to earn crypto risk-free. Check it out now at EarnU.io. Next up at UFC 274, we have the ageless Francisco Trinaldo taking on Danny Roberts. Francisco Trinaldo, 27-8 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, coming off a close win over Dwight Grant. Danny Roberts, 18-5 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off a split decision win about 6 months ago. Francisco Trinaldo, I said he's ageless. The guy's 43 years old, which is usually a red flag, but he is not showing any signs of aging yet. His chin is still solid as hell. He's coming off that solid win over Dwight Grant, which was a decently paced fight. It was not a slow fight. And this is his 3rd fight at welterweight, and I think not cutting down to lightweight is probably what's extending his career a bit, because keeps his, he's hydrated, keeps his chin, and things seem to be holding up pretty well. Style-wise, Francisco has solid wrestling, and he's strong as hell. He's legit good everywhere. His striking is not very technical, but he has real power, and you can see that in his knockout against Jai Herbert last year when he was 42 years old. And Danny Roberts made a successful comeback against Ramazan Emeev after a 2-year layoff. He did look a little rusty in that fight. He got that fight sort of by the skin of his teeth, but he was coming back after a 2-year layoff, and Ramazan Emeev is a tough opponent. Danny has solid boxing and footwork. He throws very hard, and he has the power to KO anybody in the division. His takedown defense is not great, and his takedown offense is even worse at 11% accuracy. Striking will absolutely be Danny's path to victory. And I think I'm going to continue to ride the Trinaldo train here. We faded him against Salikov in that fight. But that's because stylistically, that was a bad matchup. Salikov can get those takedowns, can take away Francisco's tools. Danny Roberts can't do that. Obviously, the striking will be dangerous, but I think Francisco's going to go with a wrestling-type game plan. Danny Roberts has been taken down 17 times in 11 UFC fights. I like Trinaldo to stay in Roberts' face, grind out a win, get those takedowns when he needs them. I have no reason to believe that Trinaldo's chin is gone. Any day now, it will be, but I don't think that day is going to be Saturday. So Francisco Trinaldo's the pick. Jacob?
Yeah, that was kind of my analysis is how long is his chin going to hold up? Because the dude is 43. He's been in so many fights, and it's not like he doesn't get hit. I mean, he gets cracked, and it just does not phase him. I got to imagine at some point, and I think you saw that in that last fight, he got clipped a little bit. I watched it, and it was hard to tell if he was kind of going for a takedown, then kind of slipped at the same time, or if he got clipped, but it looked like he got clipped in that situation. And I think that, is he going to go to the grappling? Because we've seen him in some wild striking exchanges. But in that last fight, he was kind of grapple heavy, especially in that 3rd round. He lost the point. He knew he needed to win that round back because of the eye pokes, I think, something like that. They took a point away from him. He was already dominating the fight, but he knew what he needed to do to win that round. And when he needed to win the round, he went to the wrestling. He dominated the wrestling. So if he finds himself in some trouble against Danny, is he going to go to that wrestling again? I think he's probably going to. Is he going to go to it too late? That's yet to be seen, because, man, Danny Roberts has that left hand cocked and ready to go at any moment. If he hits you, it is big, big trouble. And I'm just going to, I mean, this is a stupid thing. I'm not going to bet on this fight, right? But it's a stupid thing to bet on. It's probably a stupid thing to make my pick on. But it just feels like at some point, Francisco's going to get clipped, and he's going to get hurt enough to where he can get finished. And if anyone's going to do that, unless he starts working up the ranks again, Danny Roberts seems like that guy. It's a southpaw. He's got that big left hand. He's a little bit dynamic in his striking. So I'm going to go with Danny Roberts. I think he's just going to be able to clip Francisco before he's able to get to the wrestling. But if Francisco wrestles early, this is definitely his fight to win. So my pick is Danny Roberts, and I think Francisco gets knocked out for the first time. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, he's going to look old eventually. Nobody keeps that forever. $8,200. I love him. I love him at $8,200. What do you think? You love Danny enough?
It's probably good. It's probably good value for a guy that will wrestle and has never been knocked out, I mean, that's pretty good value.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. So yeah, obviously I agree. And then Monkey Knife Fight, I do think it's a more though. I don't think this ends early. I think it's a grinding decision, a Francisco Trinaldo fight. So this one I actually do like the more in Monkey Knife Fight. What do you think?
Yeah, and Francisco's one of those guys he's not gonna push the pressure, but he's always gonna be in your face and force those shots at you, right? The jabs, to try and just get him away from you, basically. So these strikes will add up quickly. I think it's a more.
I'm with you. So check that out. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. It's daily fantasy. You just play the more or the less on the strike line, and you can triple your money. And if you want $50, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We send you 50 schmackaroos.